a 31-year-old woman, the same age as me, attack my daughter. That crushed
Wow.
me because I'm
Wow.
from Washington, D.C. We don't play like that.
Yeah.
But I'm on a different path of life and I can't crash. I can't make certain mistakes
Mhm.
because that'll take me away from everything
Yeah.
I'm building. And it
Yeah.
really hurt me because the woman,
Mhm.
as a mom, she jumped in a fight and she hit a 13-year-old. She
Mhm.
could have broke that up.
Hi, welcome again to Cheryl Charlotte Podcast, where emphasis is placed on finding balance in relationship. I am the creator and host. And before I get started on this new episode that I like to expound on, let me invite you to my previous one, which was titled Discovering Freedom in Your Marriage. If you have not checked it out, please do so. And also, my other episodes on my channel, please visit those as well. And if you find any of those to be interesting or insightful, encouraging, whatever it may be to you, click the like button for me. And if you have not yet subscribed or followed, please do so and be a part of my podcast community. And of course, and all comments are welcome. So let's go ahead and get started on this particular one, which I'm excited because we have a special guest. This particular young lady, her name is India Boston Johnson. She's 31 years of age. She's a mother of three biological children, but also she remarried. Well, she married about a couple of years ago, and now she has two additional children, one 19 and one 8, and her children is 13, 8, and 5. So she has 5 children. 31 years old and just a very impressive young lady. And I titled this particular episode just for her sharing with me her journey. And that is, and this particular one is titled Her Life, Her Journey, Her Calling. Young people, I know it's just beautiful when you see young people just want to serve and give. But a lot of that came from her story, which she's going to share with you as to how she even became to be in this place, or how God is using her. Because remember, a lot of what God poured into us is also because He's taking you on a journey that you're needing what He poured into you in order to be your best self in your calling. And so I'm just thankful that she embraced up with her time. She not only worked full time, but she also developed a nonprofit organization that she started. And that particular one is called Empowering Young Parents, where she addresses young teens, male and female, you know, when they having parents at a very young age. And so she give of her time and service and even at times her money because it's a nonprofit, but literally she takes nothing from it. She doesn't get paid for this. This is truly just from the heart of how she want to give back. And so that alone is even impressive to still be a mother and recently married, and she still find time to do what God has called her to do. And so I want to go ahead and bring on her. Okay, India. I shared a little bit about you. You know, your mom, you got your children, you also work, and of course you have your nonprofit that you're doing. But when we was talking about, titling this particular episode and we named it um Her Life, Her Journey, Her Calling. And when it was said to you, it's like, oh, that's it. Because really that's all part of you. That's really who all this is about, what that is. So why don't you share with us the start?
My name is India Boston Johnson. I am 31 years old, a mom of three, two stepchildren, married, entrepreneur. I have my own nonprofit by the name of Empowering Young Parents, Inc. And I also work a 9 to 5, a regular job while I build my organization. My organization doesn't really pay me right now, so I just do what I do because it's my passion. But I love what I do and I'm on my way. So basically, I started this nonprofit because I'm a product of teen parents. My mom and dad were teen parents. They were very young. I believe my mom was 14 when she got pregnant, had me at 15. And they were very young, but they did whatever they had to do to take care of me. I, I I've always had
Okay.
I've always had a support system, so I knew what it felt like to have support. I became a mom at the age of 17. So, like I said, my parents were young parents. They were navigating life, trying to figure out how to give me, a good life. My brother, my mom had two kids before 18. Just going through life, it was like I had a young mom. Like my whole life, I was always like infatuated about how pretty she was, how young she was, stuff like
Mhm.
that. So people used to always look like, that's your mom. And so I just was inspired, and my grandma was very supportive of her daughter, so she helped her with her children. She was just very supportive. And then I have my auntie Brenda. They were just like my support system. Like I always had support. My journey started as a young mom at the age of 17. I became pregnant in high school, I think my 11th grade year. And I was determined. I was like, I'm graduating. I'm not going to be a product of my environment. They're going to already talk about me because my mom was a young parent. And so I was determined to graduate. So I had two other best friends. They were also young parents as well. Like we was like back to back. It was kind of crazy. In school, they were saying pregnancy pack, like calling us that, and we just kept going. It didn't bother us. It was this program that I went to every Wednesday, and we used to go. She was like a counselor, but she was for the young parents. And we used to go there and talk to her, and she used to give us resources. She used to give us things we needed for the children. She took us on a field trip to a college to see, like, you still can be somebody with a child in high school, and you can go
Exactly.
to college.
Mhm.
And it just like motivated me. And my mom wanted a better life for us. She wanted something different. So we relocated to Texas from Washington, D.C. Born and raised in Washington, D.C. We relocated here. And here I just became somebody else. Like I was on a mission. I had a mission. And my mission was to start this organization to be a support to other young parents, males and females. So my organization is for young parents ages 14 to 25. And I say 25 because like you're still young. It might seem like you're older, but you're still young. You're still navigating. Some people have kids like at 23, 24, 25, but you still need that motivation. You still need that support. So one day I just said, I told my grandma, I'm like, this is what I want to do. We went to the library and I started making brochures and printing out. I didn't know where to start. I wasn't from Dallas. I didn't know where I was going to start. And then I have one of my first young moms, Michaela. She was my son's babysitter daughter. We became family. She was like my niece, and she became a young parent in high school. Her mom was a young parent, so she was like she just wanted to be a part of it, and so she started promoting it and bringing girls, young adults, young parents, in the program. And they just started coming and coming and coming, and we just started building it. So my mission and my purpose came from me being my parents being young parents, and I became young parents, and just having that support. I know some people don't have the support system that I always had. Like I said, I had support from aunts, my children, my daughter's family, her dad. I can never say I didn't have that support.
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah.
like watching my mom do it at a young age, it just motivated me. You know what I'm saying? Once I did it, I'm like, I can do it. She was way younger. She did it. My mom went through a lot of different things in her life, trying to navigate being a teen parent, single parent. And so my grandma was like, when my mom was going through stuff, grandma was there. But they was always there. I was never not taking care of me or my brother. And I just appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to, certain situations we went through. My mom went away for a little while. My grandma got us. We didn't go to the system. You know what I'm saying? And it just was like, that's what support system is. You know what I'm saying? They was
Mhm.
there for us. And it showed me what support is. And I know how it feels to have support. So I said, okay, when I started my program, I'm gonna be that support. No matter what it is they go through, I'm going to
Mhm.
be right there. And I'm going on almost 3 years that I've been consistent with my program. And just I service about 15 young moms. We do monthly meetups, but every Monday from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. we have a mental health check-in on Google Meet, and we all talk. The kids might be on a call. We all be looking at each other. We always start each call, each meetup with mental health check-in. How are you feeling today? What's going on? And then after we do that, we always have different topics. We normally pick a girl to have the topic for the night, but I like to pick and see who want to talk about what they got going on. 'Cause at Monday, once a week is a lot. Once a week is like probably need to do it more than once a week, but it works for us. And so I connect with other nonprofits and I get resources for my young moms. I also have like a business page, Empowering Young Parents Inc. _ on Instagram and on Facebook, Empowering Young Parents, where I share resources. I'm in a community like email list where I get different resources, different events and different things that's going on, job fairs. I partner with Texas Workforce, that program for young adults, and I give the young adults the opportunity to have a job. So the workforce will pay them for 2 months to work for me. So they're helping me. These young adults are helping me build the program. I've sent 3 of my young moms through the program. And right now, the one I told you about, Michaela, she is going to school through the program. She finished the program. It's only a 2 months program. They pay her and she worked for me. She was able to do what she loved, which is the program, and make money. Beautiful. And so right now, she told me when I talked to her the other day, she kind of like taking a little break, but she's from the program. But she told me, I'm going to school because of you. I motivate them, even when I'm having my worst days. Every morning I wake up, good morning, have a good day, a motivational quote. It's just really my passion just to be there. Like sometimes people don't understand. They judge them. They look at us different because we're young, too grown, ratchet, this and that. I show them it's more to life. I want them to have an identity outside of being a parent. I want them to enjoy life. I show them more. I do different things with them. We're learning life skills. The first 2 years, we were just getting to know each other. We were doing meetups every month, fun things. This year, it's life skills. I need them to learn different things. I need, when they leave Empowering Young Parents, when they're 25 and they go and they want to become a mentor, because that's the opportunity. They become junior mentors once they get older. They've been with the program so long now, they know they can be what I am, and teach and show the other girls and be a support to them. I just want them to know it's more to life, because sometimes you're told your life is over once you have a baby at a young age. My youngest young mom is 14. I have a 13-year-old. And I'm 31 going on 20. I'm 31 going on 32, and she's 13 going on 14. So it's kind of like that's my baby best friend. But I couldn't imagine. But you know what? If it was her, I would support her. I wouldn't. It would break my heart. I'm not, but I would support her, because you can't turn your back on it. Everybody needs somebody. And again, it's just my passion. Like, I'm so passionate about it. Again, I don't get funded for this right now. I do it out the kindness of my heart, because it's what I believe in. It's something that a lot of people don't do. And I just want to get to a place where it funds me and my family, my life, that I don't have to work my 9 to 5. I can do what I love to do, what God called me here to do. I really believe that God called me here for this, because it just came out of nowhere, and I said, this is what I want to do. And no matter what I go through, I never stop. People tell me, India, you need to take a break. You got this going on, you got that going on. I will not take a break, because I feel like God placed me here, and these girls need, and they depend on me. Not just for Pampers and Wipes, they depend on a good morning text every morning, a motivational text. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep going. And I just been navigating being a mom. My oldest is like, this year has been like a different year for us. Well, 2024 going into 2025. She's an A honor student. I have never had many problems out of her. But this year, it's been a challenge. You know what I'm saying? I just got to stay motivated. I got to stay prayed up. I think the devil has been busy, because he sees where I'm going. I have had a traumatic situation with my daughter, 2 traumatic situations, but I'll speak on one. The one I recently went through, my daughter, I dropped her off to her friend's house, and her friend was into it with someone, and they went to a park, and her friend and another little girl was fighting. My daughter was there, but she is a video. She wasn't fighting. She didn't touch anyone. She tried to get the woman, the little girl's mom and aunt, off of her friend's sister. And a 31-year-old woman, the same age as me, attack my daughter. That crushed
Wow.
me because
Wow.
I'm from Washington, D.C. We don't play like that. But
Yeah.
I'm on a different path of life and I can't crash. I can't make certain mistakes
Mhm.
because that'll take me away from everything
Yeah.
I'm building. And it
Mhm.
really hurt me because the woman,
Mhm.
as a mom, she jumped in a fight and she hit a 13-year-old. She
Mhm.
could have broke that up. She didn't even have
Yeah.
to bring her child there. You know what I'm saying? If that
Mhm.
was me, I would have never done nothing like that. And it hurt me
Mhm.
so hard because I am really in the community doing God's work, and I'm
Yeah.
really building up these young parents, and it's people like that
Mhm.
that does stuff, not even thinking, you know what I'm saying, who you affecting. So I actually heard her out and talked to her. And you know what stuck to me and what told me that I'm on the right path? She told me, she said, she looked up my organization by my phone number. And she said, what you do is what I needed. She said, if I had someone like you when I was a teen parent, we the same age, which means we both were teen parents at the same kids the same age. If I had someone like you in my life at that moment when I was a teen mom, I would be a better person.
Mhm.
And that
Wow.
crushed me because that's why I keep going. That's one
Mhm.
of my reasons because some of these people, these girls, these young moms, young dads, they don't have nobody. And if they have somebody, the slightest thing can change their mind. It can make them a better person. I have so many testimonies from my young parents that tell you how I'm there no matter what. And so I just know God had me on this mission and I got to keep going no matter what.
Mhm.
So like situations like that shows me you on the right path. It might,
Yeah.
I took this from Miss Charlotte. She said in her last podcast, when it seems God is doing nothing, he is doing something. And
Yeah.
that traumatic situation for me is exactly what you said. When it seems God is doing nothing, he's doing something.
Yeah.
At the very moment when I
Yeah.
get these videos and information about my daughter, Texas Workforce put up a newsletter about me, a very good newsletter talking about me, my organization, and what I do. Sent out to about
Beautiful.
4,000 people. I wasn't expecting that at that
Mm.
moment. But that
Wow.
showed me you think
Yeah.
God ain't working, but he's paying attention, he see you. So you stay
Mhm.
on that path. Don't be tricked. And
Yeah.
so my mission is to be a support system to young parents, male and female. I also volunteer every other week at Kimball High School in Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas. I go talk to the young parents there. It's really a good opportunity. I love going there talking to the young parents. The woman who set me up there, she's amazing. She has a whole space for them to come shop and get things they need
Beautiful.
for free. And she gave
Mhm.
me the opportunity, a young Black woman, to come into that school and volunteer to
Mhm.
talk to the young parents. When I
Wow.
first started going there, it was 5 children. The last few times I went, it was one. His name is Jerome. He shows up. He's a young dad, 17 years old, track football star, and he shows up. And he said he gonna always show up. He love what I do, so I know I'm on the right path. Even if it's one of them, I'm gonna show up,
That's right.
and I just gotta keep going. But what made me the woman I am today is having that support system. My mom, my family, my entire family is supportive. Anything I do with my organization, they support it if they can. They share it. It's just my grandma, she one of my reasons, like she's a giver. She pour into people, she pour into the community. She's gonna feed you no matter what it is. She'll give you her shirt off her back. When I was 12 years old, she took me and my friends to go feed the homeless. 12 years old, I was scared looking at those people, looking at the homeless people. But guess what? I got out that car and I fed those people, and
Beautiful.
that made me who I am today. That showed me you can give, you can get out in the community. So guess what I do now? When I go pick up for my partner in the food pantry, I go to the neighborhoods and jump on my vehicle, me and my husband, and pass out food.
Beautiful.
Because I was taught that at a young age, and it's nothing wrong with doing that. You never know how many people you can impact, how many people's lives you can save. You never know who's hungry. So
Mhm.
I just enjoy what I do.
I
Um,
love what you do though, India. I mean, truly. I mean, it just, you're 31. You got your kids full-time job. you just kind of like all over the place, but God still give you what you need to just keep moving, and I know people, like you say, your daughter saying you do so much, mom, and other people looking at you probably saying the same thing. But what God poured into you, you can't help it. And like you said, they're so dependent on you. And even that lady that found your daughter, like I said, if I just had someone like you, it's how many people you really are making a difference with, what you pouring into them, so they won't be that 31-year-old woman that jumped on your daughter, because there'll be someone like you, out here giving and making it and making a mark in life that's favorable and just giving it all to God, just said, I want to do your work. It's that's beautiful. I mean, like I said, I'm just thankful that you really, here to share that because you're inspiring. And I hope the listeners who are listening to this particular episode are saying to themselves too, that I can too. What can I do? How can I contribute? What can I give to make a difference? Because it takes people in order to help other people. We just got to step up, and because there's a lot of hurting people. They didn't give up on your mom. They embraced her in spite of. They embraced you. Like you said, you never like you needed it. Even when you could have went to the system, they picked you up and carried you. They did not let you go. They kept you, and so it's just so much to be thankful for. What could have been wasn't.
Yes, ma'am.
God literally shields you from the statistic of what most kids go through when they're born in that kind of environment. He truly shielded you from that. But look what he helped create. This. I mean,
Yes.
all because he poured so much love in you because of it. And you just putting love back out there. I mean,
Yes.
it really is beautiful, really.
It's really
Yeah.
important to build communities right now in this world.
Hmm.
And it's really important to build sisterhoods. Some of my young moms didn't know each other from nowhere. They have grown relationships. They have built sisterhoods. They have built support systems. Some of my girls do not have a support system. We are their support system. We are their family. You know what I'm saying? And I show them it's more to life. Like tomorrow, we're having an etiquette class
Hmm.
at Hillside Social. I wanted to show them that it's more to life. I want y'all to dress up, look pretty, get a babysitter for the night. Let's let's learn something that we all can use. I'm 31 and I can use etiquette class. So my team, we put something together to show them. We partner with another Black woman who, owns the restaurant and gave us the opportunity to come and have the private room and let them see this is how you're supposed to eat. This is how you're supposed to be treated when you go out on a date.
Beautiful.
And I'm just all in for showing them is more to life. I want to teach them different things. I want to show them different things. I want them to travel the world. I want us to go around the world and talk about what we do and empower other young parents. It started here in Dallas, Texas, but I want to go around the world. I want to go
Beautiful.
everywhere and let them know. I want to figure out in what states and what cities are the most young parents so we can go talk to them and we can go, let them know that you do have the support. So that's
Beautiful.
where I'm at with it. I just want to keep going. I want to
Mm.
be at a point where it's global. I want everybody to know what we do and what we stand for.
That's beautiful. I mean, you got to have the vision before you can actually move in the direction. You have to be able to see that. But it's really no reason you can't do all that, though, seriously, India, because God has put you on a path to really bless some people and just really show them. And I love how you showing them a different style of life because some of them come from an area that they would never even get to that, even that restaurant. But you're showing them that you belong here
Yep.
and you don't have to just accept where you are, but
Mm-hmm.
you can have it all. And
Yep.
anything like I was raised part of my life from 14 all the way to I was 17 in the housing projects. And I usually did presentations too, and I would just ask kids, so what do you think my home environment was? And they would just, because they look at me the way I was, thinking, oh, you grew up this way and you grew up that way. When I share my childhood, they're just in awe because it doesn't matter that you used to live here. It's just where you're going is what matters. And
Yep.
so, and that's the big thing. You showing them where they can go.
I'm
But if
showing
they
them.
never see that, they don't know what that is.
I'm showing them where they can go. I'm supporting them. I'm
Yeah.
behind whatever they decide to do, whether it's school, whether whatever it is in life they want to do. I'm right behind them, like literally
Yeah.
every step of the way. And I
Mhm.
I'm thankful for my team. I'm thankful for my mentors. I'm thankful for my mentees, which is my young mom, my young parents. They keep me going. On my worst days, I text them all day. I talk to them every day, and they keep me going. Not only do I keep them going, they keep me going. So we are supporting each other. Some days my mentors need the mentees to listen, and we built a family. You know what I'm saying? Some people come, some people go. But with me, it's nothing personal. If you're no part of empowering young parents no more, you can always come back. We'll always support you. If you need anything, we're here. I take pride in having partners, building relationships where I can support these young parents. I go pick up Pampers and wipes once a month to provide this to them young parents. Picking up them Pampers and wipes and providing to them is saving them money. You know what I'm saying? They can do something else with them. I want them to be able to take care of themselves as well. You got to buy diapers, but I want you to be able to get your hair done as well. I want because when you look good, you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I'm on a path of teaching them life skills. I want them to know it's more to life. Being a parent is great. We love our children, but you gotta have identity as well. You have to grow within. You have to love yourself. You have to just keep going. It gets hard. It do. I'm 31, married, and I have a support system, but it gets hard. It's overwhelming. Working a
Yeah.
job, trying to build an organization, but I can't stop, and I won't stop. So
I
I'm
love that.
on a mission. I appreciate this
Mhm.
opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. And I just want to talk to the viewers, whoever's listening, and that is, I mean, you see the work that India is doing. You see her heart is all in it. She doesn't get paid for what she's doing. This is truly just a gift she's giving back for how she was blessed through how she was born and raised. And so if you have, and whoever's listening, if you have um in your heart, it's like, I don't know where I want to go or what I want to do, but I know I want to contribute and give something. I mean, here's a perfect opportunity how you can give back to young parents that still trying to find their way in life. You know, like she was saying before, you don't want them to feel that they're defined by their situation, their condition. Because a lot of people do, and a lot of people will define you, but that doesn't mean you have to define yourself. And so I'm just saying to you, here's a program right here. She doesn't have a place, a permanent place where she can house, you know, her when she's doing she literally mobile. She's moving here, she's moving there, wherever whoever would take her so she can find some FaceTime with her. Now I don't mean like, you know, whether it's Zoom or whether you FaceTiming on the phone. I mean like a one-on-one in front of each other in person. She doesn't have a permanent place for that. If you want to donate, whether it be like she said, she's always picking up Pampers. You know what babies need, or just any means of making contact with India. But she could really use the support. She and I'm just gonna say this on her behalf: whether you give or whether you don't give, or whether you help or don't help, she's on a mission regardless.
Yeah.
But you sure can make her journey easier. You can sure bless some more people, and she could even do more people. Even like now she got 15, but the more people pour into what she's doing, then the more she's able to open up to even bless more young parents. And so I just think what you're doing truly, it truly is God's work. I mean, it's totally
Thank
God's work because
you.
you're doing it such a selfless nature.
Mhm.
There's nothing to be gained except the service itself. And that gratifies you to be able to do that because it's no monetary means, you know. And I thank God that you got that recognition through the workforce. Like you said, it wasn't even expected. But that's what I'm saying when it seemed, but still God was doing something. He was already putting it out. But think about the timing. I want you to think about the timing in which it came out. If you had switched it to that other person you couldn't have with your daughter, that right there probably wouldn't even happen because it would have because you'd have been in a different place. And so for you to have basically turned it other cheek and gave that to God, I'm just saying, and then to even talk with their parents who looked you up and then has to praise you, that was big. And then you got praise over here for the work that you did that was so unexpected. Because all God was doing was just mixing it up, and still you got the glory. You know, he got the glory, but I'm just saying, but he put you out there because he see your heart. It's more than just your work. He see your heart in your work. And so I'm just telling you going far. You really going far.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
You
much.
really going far.
You know what?
So, mhm,
I get, and that's again coming back to when you said when it seems God is doing nothing, He's doing something. I've got discouraged because I've tried and tried to apply for jobs in this field. I qualify, I do it. I do it for free. Why can't I get paid for it? But you know what? It's crazy. These organizations, these big organizations and these companies, it's like they won't hire me because I think they look at me like competition, but it's not no competition. I want to serve. I want to serve the community. I do it for free. So it's really been challenging. I have, felt like I wanted to give up, but God is always like telling me, like, you got to keep going, no matter what it is. Again, I'm
right.
dealing with a traumatic situation with my firstborn child, my reason. She is my reason. My oldest daughter, Rosalia, is my reason. I had her in high school, and I knew when I had her, I didn't know how to be a mom. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to keep going. Her dad went away for 4 years and 6 months when I had this child in high school. We were in high school. I couldn't stop. I had to keep going. I had to figure it out. Thank God for my support system, his family, my family. We made it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what I was going to do with a baby at 17, 18.
Mhm.
So I just know this is my calling and
Mhm.
I just got to keep going.
Yeah. And you just keep going. And I'm just telling you because, and don't worry about the rejection that you had simply because you don't know what God is already doing. So like I said in my that episode, he doesn't have to show you his plan. You just have to trust him.
Yep.
And so trust that. So any rejection that you get is because God's saying that door is not the one he wants open for you. So don't look at that and get discouraged because God picture is bigger for you. So don't get discouraged.
Okay.
Not for that. Yeah.
All right. Well,
But really trust God. Just trust him.
I'm trusting him and I'm
Trust
listening
him.
and I'm following his direction. So,
Good. Good. And that's your faith walk. But I thank you for sharing. And listeners out there, and even you can share this who's listening to someone else that's young. You can share this with someone who may be in the same situation or the same girls and males and boys that she's addressing, that she's helping. But share this because there's a lot of teenage pregnancies out there. I'm just gonna say this because I work with the school district in Dallas and I work all over the district. But I remember I did a presentation because I was a gang intervention specialist. And I went to one of the elementary schools, and this was a sixth grader. And I did my presentation on gangs and, drug uses, just doing my spiel. And I'm always leaving myself open when I'm done with my presentation and I'm talking to the kids, just trying to encourage them, just do better. And there was a little sixth grader came to me and she asked me, Miss, can I talk to you? And she was just sharing with me, and it just broke my heart. And she was just sharing with me the peer pressure she was under because she was still a virgin, sixth grade. And there came another little sixth grader, her little friend who came up later with her, and she just said, and she said, "This is my friend." She introduced me, and so, and my friend, the little girl, the first little girl, she said, "Won't you talk to her?" She said, "You can talk to her." The little other sixth grader was pregnant. And she said, "You can talk to her." And she shared that with me, that she was pregnant. And she hadn't told anybody except this friend. And I'm just saying, it's just the pressure that kids are under. It just, they're teased, and for whatever reason. But just to see that little sixth grader pregnant and this one other sixth grader pressured to just have sex, and she's trying to stay pure, but she's just under so much pressure. She just wants to know what can she do to just stay strong in what she's doing. So that was my talk to her. But then I got this little sixth grader who is pregnant. And so, and I just shared with her, you have to tell your parents. You got to, you have to tell them.
You have to. You
So
got
it's, I mean, that's just it. And I had her to trust me where she could at least allow me to go with her to tell the nurse because I didn't want to leave her and nobody knew. That's the wrong thing. But she allowed me to go with her to the nurse, and the nurse, in confidence, was able to at least somebody else knew that this girl was pregnant. But it's just a mess. It's just a mess when it comes to that. So I don't know what the answer is because the world is so messed up and jacked up. It's just a lot of stuff out here, and there's a lot of pressure on kids who just don't know that that's not love, you know, and they identify that as love, you know, because they don't really know what love really is. So
right.
they are that to them is love, and then you have this. So you're doing a tremendous work for just so many people, and God gonna bless you with so many more people that I'm telling you. So anyone out there, you guys who can just, you know, we're gonna have our email up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and share with matter of fact, go ahead and tell them what your email India.
My email is empoweringyoungparents with an S at gmail.com.
Your phone number.
My phone number is 202-330-1881.
Okay. And also, anyone that want to use that, it'll be on the website. You can even go, I mean, it'll be on the screen, but please, I'm just saying that anything you can do to assist, to help, because it takes a village. She's doing her part and more. And so I just wanted her to share a story with you and just allow you guys to just see. It's not really a lot of where you're from or what all that is, but just and then another thing is, I know you said you don't know why you like that.
Uh-huh.
Really, you're exactly that way because it's what was poured into you. And
Yes.
so you
And
really can't not help that simply because you know that was nothing but grace. And
yes.
so you just giving grace to somebody else. And so that just God looking after you. And you just using yourself for that same purpose, just like your family did for you. And so like you said to some of these kids, you are their family. You are
Yes.
their family. The people in that group, you are their family.
Yeah.
So you're giving them more than just skills and just something to take with them. You're giving them love. You're giving
Love.
them a foundation. You're giving them to empower them to know that they can when they came to you thinking they couldn't. So you really are embodying them a whole nother person. You literally are reshaping and rebuilding them to something they can truly believe in, and that's themselves.
Yes,
You have to
ma'am.
believe in yourself. And so I thank you for your work. I
Yes.
thank you for your work. And I'm just gonna say it right here. I will be giving you something. Because it's I cannot not give you something.
Thank you so much. I'm getting a little emotional because it's really my passion. Like you said, like I don't get paid for this, but I wake up every day and just keep do it. It's in my heart. It's a part of my life. Um, and I just want to say thank you for everyone who do support us. Thank you for those who will support us. Thank you for my mentees, my young moms, my young dads, my mentors, my family, my support system. Thank you to my support system for pouring into me to make me the woman I am today. And I want to say thank you to my friend Krista. She's in Florida. I had to just shout her out because
Yeah. No
she
problem.
she has been there with me since the start. She helps me on the back end. She do everything,
Good.
and I don't pay her. But when I get that funding, and when I get them grants, and when we get where we need to be, I got her because
Beautiful.
it feels good to have someone to support you out. You know, I have my family, my friends, but like
Mhm.
I've never. Krista is in Florida with a family. I've
Yeah.
never met her in person, but
Wow.
she does this out of kindness of her heart
Wow.
with me
Beautiful.
every day. every day. She pour into these young moms from a distance. I have two best friends, Nick and Kivana, and we went through being young parents together, and they're my reason as well. Like we had each other, so we always knew what a support system was outside of our family, the kids' dads and stuff. Birthday parties, it was us. We was young, but we got it done. So they're my reason. They're in Washington D.C. and
I'm glad you got a lot of support too, though, India. Thank God, because you need it too. You really do. Let me say thank you to the viewers, and thank you, India, for being a part of this episode. You have blessed my heart. You really have. Thank you for that. And I would say this: if you found this episode to be meaningful, insightful, encouraging, or whatever, and you think someone else could benefit from this, please share. And go to my YouTube, go to Instagram, you go to Facebook, and again, if it's in your heart to where you want to be a part of this journey with India, just reach out to her or reach out to me, either one, and I will definitely put you in touch with her. And so I just want to thank you again for always encouraging me on this journey, which is God, this is his calling over my life. And so I want to be the best that I can be for him, which means I can be the best for you. And so also I want to say this, and that is, if you have any comments, please leave your comments, because I welcome comments. And if there are any topic that you think may need to be discussed, please put that out there for me. I'll be happy to do that. I do also have another guest the next following week. And so I want to do more of that on this particular year, more than I did last year. So thank you again for tuning in to Share with Sharp podcast. And I will see you on my next one. Thank you.
Thank you.